Welcome to Success, Love, and Fulfillment Secrets, the place where you discover powerful distinctions to spiral your life upwards.
Soraya has an incredible amount of wisdom and discernment.
The results that I've been having, they've been amazing. I've been blown away, having a better state of mind.
I've been able to turn my marriage around. I've been able to find direction in my professional life.
My name is Soraya Otana. I am a life designer, and I am here to inspire you to design a life you love.
Now I know where I'm going, what do I want. My results are being outstanding. Happy for the experience and happy for the results, and I'm happy.
Working with Soraya will move your life forward in ways that you don't even realize.
I have a sense of hope, and I can become the leader that I want to become with my family and with my business.
Ready? Let's discover your secret of the day. Hi, this is Soraya Otana, and I want to thank you for being here in an episode of Success and Love Fulfillment Secrets. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that I find so valuable, and ignoring it can cost you so much. And today, we're talking about the price of ignorance. What is the price of ignorance, right? I don't want to tell you a story because if you knew me, you would know that I love dogs, I love animals, I have pets, and I had puppies. And I was so happy about those puppies. I was so excited. They started growing. And what happened is I went away for training, as I am in constant training. I went away for 10 days. And somebody was watching over my dogs. And when I came back, I found two of my dogs kind of lethargic, kind of staying in the back seat, not coming to greet me. And if you know a thing or two about puppies, you know that puppies come running after you. When you come through that door, they all want to be all over you and smother you with love and care and kisses and all the mush mush, right? So two of my puppies were staying behind, and I didn't really pay much attention until the next day when they were very sick. They got sick. So I made an appointment for my doctors. I came with my vet, came the next day with my bunch of puppies and the mom. And the vet said, I think these might be parvo. So the next day, I am headed for New York. I'm getting on a plane. I am leaving the house, and 5 minutes into the road, airport bound, I get a phone call from the vet's office telling me, Soraya, the results of the puppies came back. And yes, your puppies have parvo. And if you know a thing or two about puppies, you know that parvo and puppies in the same sentence is not good news. Yet, when ignorance is present, then everything can go to every possible destination. And what I asked back to the girl that called me is, I said, hey, I am leaving for New York. I'll be back in a few days. I'll be back in 5 days. Can I take care of that? And I'm bringing them to you in 5 days. And her response was, I don't think your puppies will be alive when you come back. You're not going to make it. So that was a wake-up call. And I could not stop my trip from happening. That was not an option. So what I did is I did get support and somebody to come to the rescue. And when that person came to the rescue, they helped me to get the puppies to the emergency room. They started to go from worse to worse to worse. And while I was in New York, I was racking emergency vet hospital bills. And I got news one day. And they said, Soraya, I'm so sorry to say, one of your puppies didn't make it. And the next day, I got even more news saying, I'm so sorry, your other puppy didn't make it. And this was not only a wake-up call, but this was a huge lesson for me. Because what I have not told you is that a dear, dear friend of mine that supported me with somebody taking care of my dogs. And as they were taking care of them, there was an alternative. He had taken them to a second place. Because the first place said, I can save your puppies, and that would have been for a third of the price. But here's where my biggest lesson was. is that number one, I was ignorant about all these facts. I didn't know. And number two, that I was listening to somebody that had no idea, no experience, and even though they meant so good and they were well intentioned, they did not have all the information. And I listened to them. I listened to them to get a second opinion and to look for a place that was probably a better deal. And what ended up happening is I could have saved all the puppies. I could have saved money, but because I listened to the wrong voices, I paid a high price. Not only did I lose 2 puppies that in turn I was going to sell, which was also money in itself, or if I would have kept them, it's life. So not only that, but I ended up paying 3 times more the hospital bill than if I had saved the puppies at first. And that was a huge lesson for me. It was a hard lesson to learn that you might even be listening to voices, but they might be the voices of no experience. There are no experts. There are no masters. And my invitation to you today is to look where in your life is ignorance being present. What voices are you hearing? Where in your life? Is it your relationships? Is it your marriage? Is it what? What is it for you? Is it a business opportunity that you're not making? Is it you're losing money because you don't know how to stop? Because your Titanic has a dent at the bottom of the boat and you do not know how to put a stop to it. And in today's world, you have answers. Answers are within reach. So my invitation to you is to look around. Where in my life is ignorance winning? When I was a little girl, there was this game that was a knowledge game. And you played and you rolled the dice and you pulled a card that asked you a question. It was general questions. It was questions about sports, questions about TV, questions about movies. And if you did not know the answer, not only did you pass, but there was another player on the board, and it was ignorance. And when you didn't advance, ignorance would. And ignorance could beat the game. And in the game of life, many times I find through my coaching practice and through talking to people that ignorance is winning. Ignorance is beating the game. And you know where ignorance also shows up? In you thinking that you know enough. I already know that. Oh, I'm just going to deal with it later. Oh, I'm just going to put up with it later. You know how many times I've heard people saying, yes, I want to reach out to my father later, and he left me a voicemail, but I didn't want to be bothered, so I called later, only to know that my father was gone by then. Many marriages have gone shipwrecked because it was a later. Or because they didn't know. Or it was because we just leave it just there. We won't do anything right now. I'll take care of it later. So what areas of your life can you really afford to let ignorance beat the game? To allow for you to have the ego beat the game for you and have you postpone the changes that you know you want to make in your life today. And then something happens where you say, when you see the frailty of life and you say, you know what, it's not worth it. Why have I been given so much space in my life to ignorance, living rent free? But the prices that I'm paying, the prices that I have people around me, people that I love, and the prices they're paying when I don't change, when I don't transform, when I don't become the best version of me. You know, I would have said a training this weekend because I'm in constant training. And in this training, I realized the voice that I've been keeping low myself, the voice that I've been holding back. And I said, no more. I am taking the lid off because I realized that when I don't speak up, there's people that pay the price. When I don't reach out, there's people that pay the price. I pay the price and others pay the price. If you know me close, you also know that I set up trips and for fun. These are not necessarily training trips, coaching trips. These are for people that want to travel for fun with a peer group that is fun and it's a great experience. And I set up a trip to go swim with the shark whales. And a dear, dear friend of mine sign up to come with me. And a few days before we were going into that trip, 4 days before we were heading out, he called me. And he said, Soraya, I'm not going to make it to the trip. And I knew there were a major issue, right? Somebody, when they have paid airline tickets, a trip, all expenses paid, there was something going on. And I asked him what was going on, and he said, my brother's wife just took her life. And what hurt me the most was not only the news, but it was the fact that I had asked him 3 weeks before. And I said, listen, I am doing a retreat for women. And I want to ask you, which women do you know that can use an emotional detox? Which women do you know that can have a life change, that is probably going through a difficult time? And his answer was, I don't know anybody. And I take that responsibility because sometimes I stop. I stop where people tell me, no, I don't. And I decided through this training over the past weekend that I'm mentioning, that no, that when I don't poke a little more, when I'm not asking deeper questions, when I am not reaching out, there's people that pay a high price. I pay the high price because I'm not reaching out. I pay the high price because I am not fulfilling my mission and my purpose in the world, which is to create an outstanding lifestyle for myself and others. And that includes survivors of human trafficking, which I coach as a hobby. And I want to reach out. And I pay the price because when I don't reach to more people, then I cannot build my dreams. One of my biggest dreams is to build centers of growth and inspiration for survivors of human trafficking. And I said, no more. And ignorance has cost me so much. I know ignorance cost me a marriage because I didn't know what I now know. I didn't know what now is possible for me to create when I work with couples. I didn't know that. And this information that I have is not information that I pulled out of my sleeve. This is information that has been proven to work with hundreds and thousands of couples on learning the dynamics of human behavior. I didn't know. And when I was looking for help, I was going everywhere around, and I was looking for somebody that would do 4 things for me. Number 1, I was looking for somebody that would turn on the light for me and show me the way out of the tunnel, out of the maze that I had created for me. Number 2, I was looking for somebody that would get me, that would give me a Kleenex when I needed it, and that would give me a hug when I needed it. Number 3, I was looking for that person that would grab my hand and take me out of that maze. And number 4, I was looking for that person to also do something, slap me when I needed it. Sometimes we get stubborn in our ways. Sometimes we want to be right about us being right about playing small. I was looking for somebody because I was so ready to leave all the pain that I was facing. And sad to say, I did not find that person. I found people that would do either one of them or 2 of them, but I did not find somebody that would totally get me and take me from one place to where I needed to be. I would have paid the money because it was a lot cheaper than even going through a costly divorce, not only in the financials, but in the emotional toll that it takes. Nobody prepares you for a divorce. And what I want to invite you today to look is, where in my life am I letting ignorance reign? I'm living my life rent free. Where am I stopping? And what am I going to do? Who am I going to reach out to? There is so much help at the end of your fingertips. There's so much support at the end of your fingertips. You can reach out. There's coaches, there's therapists, there's psychologists, there's people that want to help you. There's books, there's resources. I'm definitely a resource, and I want to make myself available. If you want to talk to me, you can. All you need to do is go to coachsoraya.com, and there are ways for you right there to get in touch with me. Or look me up on Instagram, Soraya Altana. And there's all the links possible for you to get in touch. My invitation to you is to stop living today the way you've been living, because probably for you, the game has been played halftime, and it's been one way. But you get to decide moving forward how the second half of the game is going to be played. And my friend, I wish you that it's not too late for you to find out what you could have done. Today is your day to take committed action and to do something for yourself so that you do not continue in a downward spiral. Your relationships, your life, your health, anything. Everything is possible when you're open to possibilities and you're willing to look into the domain of what you don't know that you don't know. This is Soraya Altana, and I thank you for being here today, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next episode. Ciao, ciao. Thank you for being here today. Find out what opportunities are available for you to start designing a life you love now by checking out the links. I look forward to connecting with you and seeing you live your best life yet. Hugs.